Thanks for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. On today's video, I'm going to be making you guys an Australian burrito. It's my own invention. Let's get going. Okay, a while back, my buddy Sandy over at Just Piddlin' Barbecue, I'll have a link, check him out, sub him. He sent me this jar of Vegemite, which was sent to him from one of his viewers in Australia. And Sandy tried this stuff. He made a Vegemite, kind of a Vegemite on toast, I guess. He didn't like it. He passed it on to me to see what I can do with it. And I'll tell you what, I've been kind of experimenting with this, looking at the ingredients. This stuff is umami, and it may not be that great straight out of the jar, but I can tell you this, it actually makes things taste better. It's sort of like a shot of fish sauce. You wouldn't want to drink the stuff, but you put it in, some type of sauce that you're making, and it does magic. And this is the same. So we're going to kick this off by making Chipotle jalapeno cream sauce. So we're going to be using the Vegemite. So in the food processor, I am adding 1/2 cup of crema. This is basically Mexican style sour cream, but it's very loose and it's really good for making sauces and putting on tacos, things like that. I have here about 1/4 cup of mayo, 1/4 cup of Chipotle paste, about a tablespoon or so of sun-dried tomatoes, also full of umami. It's because ingredients and foods that are high in glutamate, which the Vegemite is. It's made from fermented brewer's yeast. And I have here 1 chopped and seeded jalapeno. Now for the Vegemite. I'm going to add 1 nice spoonful of this stuff. All right, let's get this stuff. All right, let's get this a try. I mean, it's good. That Vegemite, it's enhancing the flavors. This is really good stuff. So I think the Australians are trying to keep this a secret from the rest of the world. They want everybody to think it sucks, but it's good stuff. And now for the meat I'm going to use for this cook, I'm using what's called a Terrace Major. And this basically comes from the shoulder. I got this from Porter Road Butcher Shop, and it's actually a very difficult cut to find, just simply because there's only 2 of these steaks on the animal. So they have them at Porter Road, but they go away quickly. Check their website if you're interested. If they don't have them in stock, then I definitely call. It's worth a call. It's not an expensive cut of meat, but it's one of the most tender, flavorful cuts. If you think about it, the flat iron steaks come from the shoulder. This is really good stuff, and I think it's going to be perfect for a burrito. So we're just going to grill this on an open grill. It's not going to take very long. This is looking good. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Next thing we are going to do is cook up some pineapple. So by now, the Australians are starting to figure this thing out. Basically, the influence for this burrito is the Aussie burger, which has grilled pineapple on it. And we're doing the Aussie burrito with the lot, guys. So I'm just going to dice these up, and this board has been cleaned. Now the Aussie burger not only has the grilled pineapple on it, but it has pickled beetroot. And I wanted just a little bit more texture than the beetroot provides. So what I'm going to do is basically I julienned the beetroot, and we're going to double bread it and then deep fry it. So kind of a little homage to the California burrito, which has, French fries on there. So right here, basically, I have a blend of all-purpose flour, a little bit of baking soda, a little bit of baking powder, some salt and pepper. And then for the liquid, I'm using an Australian beer, and this is from Cooper's Brewery. And basically, it's difficult to find any brands of Australian beer except for the one brand that the Australians don't seem to dig on too much. This is really good though. I'm just going to take the leftover. This is peanut oil, which I really enjoy frying in, but any good cooking oil that has, you know, high smoking point would do great. It's just my particular choice here. There we go, check that out. That's awesome. Just getting them on a paper towel here to drain a little bit. Do that second batch. So when I was concocting this idea of making an Australian burrito, I was messing around with the whole concept of, you know, deep frying the beetroot. And I first did it without any breading at all. It didn't work. There's just too much moisture in there, so it got a little soggy. And then I used a really light, just essentially corn starch. Again, it was just too thin of a coating. And I actually deep fried raw, you know, unpickled beetroot. It just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. This, on the other hand, is insane. It changes the beetroot in a good way. I mean, I personally love beetroots. I grew up eating them, but without that breading on here, killer, guys. Australia, try it out. All right, let's move on to the final step. So I'm doing this burrito with what the Australians would call the lot. So one of the ingredients has to be, there's no question about it, has to be an egg. This is one of my burger rings that I tweaked out just for this video. It's one of my old burger rings. A little water. Well, let's make a burrito. All right, first things first, let's check out this meat. Nice. Nice medium rare. Take that any day of the week. It feels so soft. I mean, it feels like filet mignon. Let me try this out. Wow. Let's cut some of this for the actual burrito now. Definitely enough meat for a burrito. Let's get this off to the side. We'll start building this thing. So we're going to take the burrito size flour tortilla. I just want to heat it up really quickly. That's what I'm looking for. Nice warm tortilla. All right, let's start laying down the meat. Look at that. Some of this diced grilled pineapple. Some of this crispy fried beetroot. They almost look like oysters, fried oysters, but there is a little bit of a purple hue coming through. And now that jalapeno, chipotle, Vegemite cream sauce. This stuff is killer, by the way, guys. It'd be really good on, you know it, a burger. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I almost left off the egg. Emergency procedures here. Let's unroll this. Wow. That would have been tragedy, and believe me, I would have heard from it. First off, let's give a little bit of salt on that egg, a little bit of pepper on that egg. go ahead and lay that egg on the burrito. Whew, I dodged a bullet on that. All right, I meant to do that. And there we go, the Australian burrito. Man, I'm glad I remembered that stupid egg. Can't tell you though how many times I've done stupid things like that in my videos. All right, now let's see if I can remember where the yolk is. So we got to slice this thing in half. And I remembered. That is pretty. It's really cool. You know, you got the meat, you know, cross cuts, you have that egg, and then you have those really nice purple beetroot. Let's give this a try. So this came out exactly how I wanted it to come out, how I was envisioning this coming out. Just an explosion of different flavors and textures, and that crispy beetroot is really coming through. The sauce is killer. Alone, the sauce, it tastes really good, but it's got some heat. And with all these other ingredients here, it tames it down a little bit. The pineapple is just sort of a nice, sweet surprise. I mean, you're eating a lot of savory, you know, that crisp, the egg. Then all of a sudden you get that sweet, that pineapple sweet. This is killer. Well, guys, I hope you like this video. Man, it sure was a lot of fun making. Australia, this is a tribute to you guys in that Aussie burger. Hope you guys liked it. I really see now why everything has to come together, you know, the lot. It makes total sense. Vegemite, killer stuff. And Sandy and I, again, Just Piddling, check his channel out. We are talking, and we're gonna keep this bottle rolling here, this jar going. I'm sending this to Russ over at Smoky Ribs. Russ, I'm throwing down the gauntlet, man. I want to see what you can do. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'm going to have some of that Cooper's Brewery beer here. See you on the next video. Keep those suggestions coming in. Sub if you haven't. Thumbs up if you like it. See you on the next video. Cheers.